Alright Knicks fans, today's video is a little different because this trade idea did not come from a reporter, an insider, or a leak. It came straight from one of you guys in the comments, and the more I researched it, the more it started to feel like the exact type of under-the-radar move that the Knicks would consider. We're talking about Dalen Terry, a 23-year-old wing in Chicago who cannot crack the rotation over there but might actually be a perfect Knicks reclamation project. Let's start here. The Knicks are not star hunting right now, they're not panicking, they're not tearing anything down. Everything that they've done points to margin upgrades. Younger, longer, cheaper, more flexible, and more aligned with the team's identity. That's why names like Alvarado, Marshall, Missy, and now Dalen Terry even come up. These are not headline trades, they're process trades. Dalen Terry is 6'7", nearly a 7'1" wingspan, guard/wing hybrid, former first-round pick, and just 23 years old. And yes, he's had a ton of DNP-CDs this season, but that's more of Chicago's direction than his talent. When Terry actually gets minutes, he pops. 2 weeks ago versus Utah, he dropped 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks only in 13 minutes. Efficient, active, and impactful. Dalen Terry is often described as a Swiss Army knife, kind of like Josh Hart in a way, and that's not exaggeration. Now, these are the things that he does well. Number 1 is defense. Legit perimeter stopper, uses length extremely well, great in passing lanes, and comfortable switching. Another thing that he does well is versatility. He guards 1 to 3 easily, can survive against some 4s, and allows line of flexibility without sacrificing too much size. Playmaking feel as well. As a secondary handler, he makes quick reads and excellent in transition, as well as off-ball IQ, cuts hard, relocates, and knows where to be. This is a low-usage, high-motor player, which matters on a Knicks team that already has established scorers. Now, let's be honest, the reason that Terry is not a rotation lock yet is the jumper, but here's what makes this interesting. He's shooting 38% from 3 this season. It's a small sample, but it's real improvement. Mechanics are trending cleaner, and now we get to the most important new detail. One of you guys dropped this gem in the comments saying, quote, "The Knicks already employed Dalen Terry's shooting coach from Chicago named Peter Patton. Patton once called Terry his, quote, personal project." That matters a lot because Peter Patton is one of the most respected shooting development coaches in the league. The Knicks poached him from Chicago. So this wouldn't be a random reclamation project or a blind bet, but this would be a player coming in with a familiar voice, a proven development plan, and a coach who already believes in him. That mitigates risk significantly. And from the Bulls' perspective, Terry makes $5.3 million. He's on an expiring deal, not a core piece, and not in the nightly rotation. They may prefer a veteran body, some frontcourt depth, financial clarity, and draft capital, which brings us to the fans' trade framework. The Knicks received Dalen Terry from the Bulls and Duop Reath from the Blazers, a big man that could shoot threes, and the Bulls received Yabusele and a Knicks second-round pick. Blazers received Jordan Clarkson. From the Knicks' perspective, converting Yabusele into Terry sheds them about $200,000 in salary, which adds some flexibility, and a younger wing is added in the process, and no core rotation players are touched. And then Duop Reath adds some size, spacing, and lineup optionality behind Mitch, something that the Knicks are definitely looking for ahead of the trade deadline. Now, this is the key point. Dalen Terry fits what the Knicks value: length, defense, intelligence, effort, and versatility. And if he fits with Patton, you suddenly have a long two-way wing on an expiring deal entering his prime. And if he doesn't, you move on clean. That's a smart risk, and this is not a flashy trade, but it's a thoughtful one. And honestly, it's the kind of idea that shows how sharp this fan base really is. So let me ask you this question. Which trade would you prefer? Either just a straight-up trade with Yabusele for Dalen Terry, as well as a second-round pick going to Chicago, or that 3-team trade that the fan proposed, including Jordan Clarkson and Duop Reath? I would say keep Jordan Clarkson and try to get a center somehow else, because I do think Clarkson would be valuable in the playoffs. He could provide us an explosive playoff game like Cam Payne did when he was with the Knicks last year in the playoffs versus the Detroit Pistons. But either way, Yabusele is likely going to be traded very soon. It depends on who, but I do think this trade would be a good idea. The Knicks were rumored to get both a guard and a big man by the trade deadline, and in this trade they do accomplish those things. So drop your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and sub to the channel for more Knicks news and updates you will not want to miss. It's been KNYT here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.